Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're reviewing another Wise, which is always a good day on my channel because if you follow my channel you know Wise is one of my favorite micro brands, if not the favorite one. And I'm actually wearing their Asura, which I haven't taken off pretty much since I got it. It's a gorgeous watch. Now Wise is based in Thailand. They take a very high pride in making their watches as well as possible. And they were the first microbrand watch where I reviewed them, and under macro they were on the same level as my Rolex, as my Omega, as my high-end watches. There was not a speck of dust, there was not an imperfection found, and each and every watch they sent me after it was at that same standard. Sometimes you would see a small speck of dust, but most of the time they were pretty much flawless, which is why I started calling them or referring to them as Grand Seiko of microbrands. This is their staple model, the 88, which I featured in many variants, and this one, just like the Shades of Thailand I reviewed recently, is actually a limited edition one. This one is limited to 300 pieces and it's a full lume dial. Now, I'm usually not a fan of full lume dials. If you remember those Citizen watches and Seiko watches with full lume dials, you could clearly see the lume. The first watch where I actually accepted a full lume watch was the Revelo Hex Mariner, because they managed to hide that lume color with a bright yellow and it really didn't show. Well, I have to admit that Wise did a similar trick. Even though this is a full lume dial and it's not like this bright yellow, you really can't tell because it looks like this cream color, like it's a faux patina color of the dial, and it goes well with the markers on the bezel. The bezel is naturally ceramic, so it really hides its fact that it's a full lume dial. But once things get dark, this really shines like crazy. Now, when it comes to the watch itself, the 88, in case you haven't followed my channel, you don't know what this model is. It has these perfect proportions. It's done completely in 904L steel, which is the same steel that Rolex uses. It comes with a matching bracelet that comes with solid links, solid end links that come with quick release pins. Links are solid held with screws, and you get a machined clasp with on-the-fly adjustment, one of the best systems out there. It's, as you can see, spring loaded, so you just pull it up and adjust it to where you want, similar to Rolex, but this one is like I said, spring loaded, so it's kind of even better. Now, this attention to details from Wise doesn't stop when it comes to their manufacturing, because they're the first and only micro brand where I've seen them loosen the screws on the bracelet so it's easier to size it without stripping the screws. On top of that, they include a caution label telling you they did that, and they include a vial of glue, so you can dip each screw into that glue once you're done sizing, so the screws stay in place. Yet another thing that happened to me on another micro brand where the screw just unscrewed from wearing. So this is just epic. Now, the case back is, as you can see, transparent, so you can see the Miyota 9039 underneath. That comes with both hacking and hand winding, and since this is a no-date watch, it's a true no-date watch, meaning that you pull the crown to the first click, it will hack the second hand, so you don't have the ghost click. Comes with screw-in crown, 200 meters of water resistance, and the watch itself at 41 millimeters in diameter and just under 48, like I said, has those perfect proportions. And my favorite part is the lack of thickness, so this, even with this boxed sapphire crystal, is just 11.5 millimeters, which is on the level of my Seiko 5, which is supposed to be a dressy piece. If you remove the crystal, so the watch itself with the bezel is just 10.5, making this one of the thinnest 40mm watches that you can wear, and it really shows on the wrist. They usually come with a strap, and these bracelets were later added, and I'm glad that they're including them on all of their models. Now, the one thing that I don't like about the 88 is the fact that even though it has one of the most beautiful cases I've seen with a lot of surfaces, facets, and edges, everything is highly polished. Even the bracelet comes with polished, as you can see, sides, and only the center links are brushed. So this is quite a blingy watch, especially on the bracelet. When you put it on a strap, it kind of tones down, but you still cannot escape all these polished surfaces. Now, the reason, like I said, that I don't like it because of that is that I think because of all the lines and the way and the level of quality that this watch is made, if they went with alternating finishes like they did on their bronze version of this, with brushing on top, brushing on the sides, and polish on the bevels, all these lines would be even more accentuated. Like this, they kind of get lost and you have to catch them in the light to truly see all the transitions. So if they mixed finishes and like they did on their ADX True GMT, it would accentuate the lines of the case even more. But even with like this fully polished finish, this is one of the most beautiful divers I have ever reviewed. And I love Wise watches because all of their designs are very original. They might be inspired by something, but you really have to squint your eyes to really understand what they were inspired by. That's how original they are. And like I said, I love the fact that no matter how close I get on a macro level, they always show a level of quality that I haven't seen until I reviewed them. I haven't seen unless I went for a high-end brand. Now recently, even the Chinese are starting to catch up. The quality levels of all these micro brands are really moving forward, but Wise was the original high quality watch where you couldn't find a single flaw when you looked at it. Now this one is priced at $689, just like all their regular 88s on a bracelet, so a pretty good price considering the specs, and again considering the quality of craftsmanship that they put into these watches. Ceramic bezel boxed sapphire, like I said, completely done in 904L steel, which does shine kind of different than 316. It does shine brighter, so if you're into shiny watches, you're gonna love this. Now if I was to keep this one, I would take it off the bracelet just because it adds a bit too much bling, and I would put it like on one of my, I don't know, canvas straps or leather straps. So if you're interested, do check out the link that I'll leave in the description. And that's about it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And until the next video, bye.